Welcome back, everyone. My name is Jeremy. I'm with Forge and Foil. This is the third episode of Starting My Business series. If you have not seen the first two episodes, I do suggest checking those out. That being said, just a quick recap. I have done zero advertising whatsoever, zero social media. I have been running this business on the side while I have been working a full-time job. I found myself in the position to be able to do this as my primary thing. With that being said, this episode is going to be talking about Etsy. Now, again, I've done zero social media, so I do feel that has heavily affected what I've done on Etsy. On top of that, this is not a review for Etsy. This is just what I've done to this point because, as I said, I will be transparent in the growth of this business. I will show you the differences between me basically doing nothing and me doing everything I possibly can to make every cent I can. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into Etsy. This is my Etsy currently. As I said, I am rebranding. This still shows Black Scale Designs. By the time this video pops up, it will probably be rebranded and going at this point. My experience with Etsy so far is it has not been anywhere near what I want it to be. I could never see it being my primary income. At least with the way I have done it, I do 100% believe that you have to do social media, you have to do advertising, you have to be on TikTok, you have to be on YouTube, you have to be on Instagram, Twitter, etc. You have to promote your product. You are a needle in a haystack when it comes to Etsy. I am not running any of the Etsy ads. And there's a ton of videos out there if you want to go into them, look at them, see what you think. I will say, yes, it will make you money, but it will cost you money to do it too. And I am not in the position to be a mass distributor. I'm not in a position where I have a ton of extra room to keep a bunch of stuff on hand. I am literally printing to order. And that being said, I do have some backups of things I know I sell a lot of. I do try to make extra backups that way I can ship them out quicker. But overall, everything I have listed is based on print to order. And that is something you need to consider about with your business and doing in e-commerce. Print to order is a fantastic thing. But the problem is if you intake too many orders and you can't keep up with that print to order and now you're falling behind, it's going to get you bad reviews. As you can see, I have 5-star reviews, I have 41 reviews, and a total of 103 sales. If you talk about last year when I've done zero advertising, this was my total amount. I had 13.8k views. I had 8,200 visits, more or less, 87 orders, and $1,588 in revenue. Now let's go down to gross sales here. It says 2973.95 with a total of 88 sales. The reason it says 88 sales is because it talks about how many items were shipped, not the amount of orders. So now let's talk about this for a second, because I think this is a lot of things that people don't think about on an e-commerce factor. So I am obviously a gross of almost 3K. With that, I've lost basically 45% of that to shipping labels and fees. Now, of course, when you're putting a thing up on e-commerce, you are considering that in mind. But what you don't consider with working on Etsy is it doesn't talk to you about your box cost, your tape cost, your packing cost, this, that, and otherwise. So I use Uline for my packaging. I am not sponsored by Uline whatsoever. It's just what I use. They have done, like, overall, they've been best pricing that I've found, and they are unmarked boxes for the most part. And I think that is very important when you are running a business. Don't reuse boxes with other people's labels on it. It just looks tacky. It looks bad. If you're trying to be a business, have an unmarked box. It is important. Now let's talk about boxes though. My primary sales are in a 5x5x5 or a 6x6x6 box or a 12x6x6. And I'll talk more about my highest sales, stuff like that. But let me tell you, I've had to go to a local store 3 times to buy a box because I did not have this box. It's a 14x14x14 box. It's for a log cabin hide that I did for box turtles. Someone custom requested it. I'm like, let's throw it on Etsy because if someone's custom requesting this, probably other people want it. And it definitely has been the case. I actually get quite a few messages on it fairly regularly. But that box going to the store cost me roughly $3-4. And then you talk packing and stuff like that, right? Going through Uline, where you're having to say buy 25 packages boxes at a time because they don't do anything less than that. So it's going to cost you more money up front, but it's going to save you a lot in the long run because those boxes are roughly 85 cents to $1 for something that size. So I'm already cutting my cost down by basically 75%. It's 25% of what I was paying at the local store before you talk about the packing that you're putting into it. It is very important that you buy wholesale boxes. As an e-commerce thing, I believe a lot of people fall down on the fact of realizing how much boxes and how much shipping costs. Shipping is very expensive. Price your things accordingly. You have to price your things to sell, but you also have to price them to make money. You have to decide what profit margin you are okay with, what percent cost that everything is costing you in comparison to what you're selling. All right, so let's talk about the stats of the shop and orders, etc. So I will tell you that throughout this past year, I've learned a lot about Etsy, and I found some things that actually have increased my sales. One of the things I'll talk about right away is abandoned carts. I send a coupon when you leave something in the cart for X amount of time, and I will tell you that it has generated sales. Yes, I make a little less per product, but that being said, the orders are worth more than the making the little bit less money on the product. And the reason for that is I can tell you, as I've increased my orders on Etsy, as I've hit star seller, high response rate, X amount of sales, etc., I can tell you that I receive more orders because of this. People want to look at a shop and see that orders have been done. They want to see reviews. They want to see this, that, and otherwise. It makes them feel safe and secure when ordering something. Now, a lot of people don't care. I'm going to be honest with you. People won't even look at reviews and stuff. But I can tell you, majority of people are going to. Majority of people are going to make sure you're not just a pop up and you disappear in the night because you had a bad reputation. It is very, very, very important to get those sales, to get that star seller on Etsy, and to really maintain the high reviews. I have 1,345 favorites. I have 29 shop follows, 34 reviews, repeat buyers, cities reached. I will say also with shipping, that is something very important to think about too. Do you only want to sell in the US, or do you want to go into global factors? I do global shipping. That being said, I have not ran into many issues with it. I did run into one issue. It was shipping to Germany. It ended up not being clear where it ended up. So I ended up having to do some backtracking and doing Google Translate, and I ended up finding the package. It was put into a facility near the buyer, but it was not clear which facility it ended up in. Ended up all being fine. Found the package, but that is something to keep in mind. If you do ship globally, you may have to really learn to work Google Translate, backtrack where your package goes, etc., because that could have been a bad experience where someone gave a bad review because of the fact that they did not receive their gift or their item, whatever you want to call it. It is important to be able to backtrack and know how to backtrack. But that overall has been my experience with Etsy. Now, like I said, I will look at doing an Etsy review here in the future. I want to create social media. I want to advertise through social media. And I want to see if that generates more sales. I feel doing a Etsy review right now would be foolish because I really haven't put that much effort into it. I've posted things on there, yes, but that's not effort. Anyone can post an item for sale. Anyone can figure out what size boxes it need to ship in. But actually advertising, actually being found, not just being a needle in a haystack, that is a different thing. Anyways, thank you guys for listening to kind of my talk about Etsy, maybe a little bit of a rant side of things. Thank you guys for listening to this episode, and I will definitely be putting out one here in the next day or two. If you do like the content, please hit the like and subscribe button. Helps me greatly. Also helps with the YouTube algorithm, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys next time.